Hello again. In this video, I'm going to talk about different kind of written document because everything that is written, it can be a written document. I'm gonna talk about them and briefly, and we go to writing different style and different things. If you write a prescription, it's a written document. If you go back, you see that there is an ancient document that we can uh, investigate them. But let let it go. Past is the past. I'm not gonna talk about past. What I'm talking about is today and different kind of writing we have. Normally, there is two main category: fiction and non-fiction. Because fiction is not real, but non-fiction is real. If we want to categorize the non-fiction section, it can be newspaper, magazine, uh, scholarly work, all of those that they were written for the purpose of educating others. That should be then non-fiction. But again, myself focus on non-fiction as lifestyle books. So I inform and educate others through my books. That's non-fiction. But that is not our topic today. Our topic today is fiction. I'm going to discuss about fiction book. Before you start to write your script, whatever your screenplay or a piece for theater or a novel, a short story, you have to figure it out what kind of script you are writing. The success of many string scripts lies in the structure they have. Then I'm going to talk about the structure when we go forward, because in this course, this is a basic one-on-one, writing one-on-one. But when we go further and talk about novels and a screenplay, I'm going to describe a structure, character, and scene, and all of that. But for now, let's see what we have here. In literature, the major genres are prose, which are novels and short story, drama, which are for theater, and poetry. Here are the most common movie genres: comedy, action, adventure, thriller, horror, romance, western, science fiction, drama, children, mystery, historical, and epic. These are all kind of movie we go and see. And when if you want to write, you have to consider and pick one of them and write about them. Because if you don't know what kind of writing you want to write, you're gonna be a failure for sure. First of all, I told you, you need gathering ideas and then build upon that idea. But if you don't know what kind of writing do you want, then it's not good. If you want to write autobiography, gather information. That's non-fiction. Gather information about your life. Autobiography is like this. Biography for someone else is the almost same as somehow the same. If you want to write a self-improvement book, there is a lot of books about psychology or self-improvement or something that help you to grow, something that help you to motivate yourself. There is a lot of that. If you want those books, it's totally different story because you gather information and step by steps go to complete the book and share your information to the reader. But if you want to write a fiction story, it could be one of those that I wrote in the list. Or if you want to write a Christian, an alternative Christian fiction, because in Christian writing, you can write about interpretation of the Bible or commentary or inform some people with the use of the Bible. But if you want to write Christian fiction, you need to choose again a category. It can be evangelical, it can be even a romance, a novel. Christian should be maybe novel. But for the help, you can go to the references, journal, books, website, the database, and gather information for your book. Your book can be Christian classics, like Lord of the Ring, Chronicles of Narnia. These are classic books that are famous. You can write about Bible itself, biblical fiction, Old Testament, New Testament, or you can write about historical Christian fiction. Maybe it's about first century in Christianity, maybe 10th century, maybe 12th century, maybe 20th century. You can write anything about them. And you can write sagas, something like Star Wars, but Christian. Also, romancing, you can also write romancing novel. And first of all, I love this one. That's why I said first of all. And because I love fantasy and science fiction, you can write books which is fantasy, which is about apocalypse, which is about spiritual warfare, time travel. You can write all of that and use this to develop your story and read novel about that. You can write mysteries and thriller, and you can write about everyday life of people and use those stories. Right, I was reading a book, Chicken for the Soul. It was using a real story in the books to show those stories, but those are not fiction. Those were real story. But you can use real story and inspire to write a fiction story based on that. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the they think very is important as find your voice. If you want to be a writer, you should find your voice. Don't copy someone else. Write in your style. Find your voice and find your style of writing. Find what you love. I love fantasy. But what do you love? Then in next video, I'm going to talk about find your voice. I see you in next.